Hello and welcome to another video about TBC items. My name is Stinkfist, and this time we're going to take a look at some staple items that are not, I repeat, that are not obtained in raids or through PvP. These items are very interesting, very unique to TBC, and they can be obtained by pretty much everyone, regardless of what kind of player you are. Now, when I say staple items, I mean items you're going to notice, items you are going to chase, and items you are going to remember when TBC is over. There might be some that you disagree with, but hey, in the end, this is my opinion. And if you have anything in mind that I skipped, please leave a comment and we can discuss it in greater detail. And without much further explanations, let's dive right in. The Darkmoon decks. Ah, yes. What would the first three iterations of WoW be without the very staple Darkmoon decks? In TBC, these decks are even more powerful than they were in Classic, and pretty much every one of them has its place on someone's character. Well, maybe not the Card of Wrath. As you can see from the screen, Darkmoon Card Crusade fits very well with any damage dealer, and it's provided by the Blessings deck, while Deck of Furies and Lunacy gives the cards of Vengeance and Madness, both utilized by tanks who want more stamina, and even some PvPers who value their life. Of course, the de facto legendary Darkmoon card, Blue Dragon, is still very good for all the healers, even though it is from days past. Now you might think that the decks are pretty basic, and they are, but we're only gonna get spicier as we go along, following this up with the tailoring sets. The wonderful world of TBC introduced many subspecs for essentially each crafting specialization, and so tailoring got its own as well. As a perk of specializing as one of either Mooncloth, Shadowfrost or Spellfire tailors, you will have access to one of their sets. You can see that the Mooncloth set provides healing, Shadowfrost provides shadow and frost spell damage, and Spellfire provides arcane and fire damage. These sets will be very coveted since they are quite powerful, especially early on, and I think it's a very nice addition to your progression if you choose to be a tailor. With the tailoring set, we have another set of crafted items. Well, not technically a real set, since it's only one item, but it's an item made for just what you want. The engineering goggles. These bad boys are a sure way to get an epic head item just for your spec, since they come in all shapes, colors and sizes. But wait, there's more. They provide you with minor stealth detection, they show you the nearby mote clouds on your minimap, you can use them to look far into the distance, and after they grow obsolete, they can even be upgraded. As you can see, these are some sweet ass goggles. While not being best in slot by any means, they are a guaranteed way for you to hunt those motes without gimping yourself too much. Who says engineering gets shafted in TBC? Next on our glorious list is an item reward for hitting Exalted with Cenarian Expedition. The one and only Earth Warden. This chunky mace is be all end all for all feral druids, especially the tanky ones. It is something that stuck with me through the years just because of its iconic look on those iconic decks that get so much love this time around. What is there to say, really? This mace has the perfect stats, comes from Reputation, which is easy enough to grind, and could last you well until the Black Temple, which is quite the way into the expansion. We're gonna see a lot of druids running around with these, and God bless them.
And God bless America.
If you were afraid that we strayed too far away from non-crafted items, don't you worry your little heart, because here we have a series of staple items that define TBC, the blacksmithing weapons. Ah, those blacksmiths. In TBC, you will swear that every other player has blacksmithing and has opted for one of the weapons of choice. As mentioned recently, every crafting profession got their specialization to choose from, and blacksmithing, the weaponsmiths have to choose from hammersmithing, axesmithing, or swordsmithing. Once they choose one of these, they will gain access to craft 2 items of their respective spec, which can then of course be upgraded not once but twice. They can craft a one-handed and a two-handed version of whatever they chose, and in my humble opinion, the hammersmiths have a strong edge, since both their one-handers and two-handers are very strong options. The Drakefist hammer is a slow, one-handed mace that procs melee haste and upgrades into Darkmoon and Dragon Strike, both being incredible and unique due to their procs. But the two-handers, well, that is stuff of legends, as I'm sure you remember being hit by one of these if you ever played TBC. Thunder, Deep Thunder, and Storm Strike. An essential tool in the PvP Warriors toolkit. It gives you a ton of stats and the chance to stun your enemies, combining of course with the mace spec warriors get in their PvP talents. These babies can wreck arena matches faster than Forsen can throw speedruns. Though the swordsmiths do get a fast one-hander, giving some decent stats and much needed hit, which is itself pretty sweet for any PvEers. That two-handed version, named Lionheart Blade, is kind of lacks luster compared to the mace, giving you some fear resist and the Crusader proc here and there. Still, you will see a lot of paladins and a lot of warriors running around with these, very much unlike the axe, which I believe only orcs and hunters will go for. The one-hander, Planar Edge, is a decent one-hand PvE weapon, though uninspired in its weapon model. The two-handed Moon Cleaver is in essence a hunter's stat stick, giving attack power and crit rating, while offering no stamina. I doubt you will see these in PvP, and the hunters choosing to get these expensive axes will be rare. All in all, you will notice these weapons, they will hurt, and you will want to have one. If you thought, well, that was it, that's about as staple as we get, you might be surprised to find out that you are straight up wrong, because we have some of the staple items of all times. The trinkets that define the expansion. While hinted at in the last video, link should be right here, these items are what makes trinket choices in TBC so great. They are the backbone of every character, and they are fairly easy to get, and every kind of player wants to use them. They are as renowned as the 4 horsemen, and they are the Bloodlust Brooch, the Essence of the Martyr, the Gnomeragon Autoblocker 600, and of course the Icon of the Silver Crescent. They all give you a solid chunk of passive stats, and on use they give you an epic chunk of the same for 20 whole seconds while being on a short 2-minute cooldown. No wonder everyone and their grandma loves these. They are used in all aspects of the game, and for good reason. They are insanely powerful, especially early on when there is no competition, and even used later when you don't have anything better anyway. How does one get these? Well, that's fairly simple. Just farm heroic dungeons for your badges of justice, and you can get them at the vendor from Satrek City. Simple as that. God, I am happy that all of these avenues of gearing exist, and I am even more happy that you watched my video. If you liked what we went over here today, please like the video, share it, and by all means subscribe, because there will be a ton of TBC content coming soon. Thank you all so much for watching. Stinkfist over and out.